All right, here's this is an installation manager tool. It's more of a board. It's more of a dry erase board is what I had, but I got it calculated to do it on the screen as well if you want to. But this was primarily what I use as over here. I'm going to highlight this portion here. This would be a dry erase board if you wanted to just do this. If you want to use this whole thing, you can use this whole thing too. I'm fine with it. But as long as we're doing this and we've got visibility of the next 4 weeks out of what our installations look like. So this is based off of 4 crews. You can add up as many crews as you want to on it. But here's how I use this board. So crew 1, if I've got sales pending, I'm going to put it in here. I've already got the days laid out. So that's a sales pending piece. Once you put it in over here, you take it off of sales pending over here. And I put in sales pending how many days is in that job, how many days we sold for that job. So over here, just type in, let's say this is Smith's job, okay, and it's a 1 sold day. I just come down here and put a 1 sold day. You'll also notice now, okay, 1 sold day populated down here for crew 1. So they've installed one, they're gonna install 1 sold day. And then I've got Jones set out for the next day, and it's a 1 day job as well. And then crew 2, I may have handled it in there. And let's say it's a half day job. So I put in I got a half day job here. I'll put a 0.5 in there for a half day job. So you can kind of see what's going on here. I'm not sure why that didn't populate down here for a half day job. Maybe because it's only reading a 1. So once it goes to a 1, it'll populate down here. Okay, so anyway, this is how I looked at what my week looked like for each crew in the week, and then the second week out in the month, third week out in the month, and on forward. And then it could also show me the running totals down here for how many sold days they had in that month. Okay, and then for Comfort Consultants, you can put in here how many days they basically sold as well. That's not going to self-populate, and then you could, keep track of revenue if revenue is important to you. Personally, revenue is just a byproduct is a result of the install day. So I didn't use revenue nearly as much as I used sold days, because sold days I knew how many days I needed to sell to break even. And once I got past those sold days, I could get very aggressive at that point. Anyways, it's just a little tool. So if you wanted to put in your sold days goal for a month, let's say you wanted 60 sold days, it's going to populate in here, and that's going to tell each Comfort Consultant how many sold days they need to sell. 15 sold days. So once they get there, I'd want them to understand what their goals are for the day. Okay, and then it gives you a running total of how many actual sold days you actually have done. It shows you that over here. That's just a little tutorial. And let's say you've got a sales pending up here for you're waiting for a contract, or maybe it's a school, whatever. I just put that in there, and it's a 2-day job. You have visibility up on the board here, so you know what's pending, what you could put in once you had an opening. So you put in your sales pending. These are jobs that are not on the board yet. At least you have a list of jobs that you could then populate and put anywhere you wanted to once you decided which crew you wanted to go out and do it. And then it gives you a total day over here, how many days they basically sold today. Okay, it's great visibility. So I have this for each month of the year. It's a tool that I actually used. I actually used it on a dry erase board. I didn't use it like this, but as I was building it like this, I know a lot of you guys like to get electronic. Go ahead, I was old school. This is a dry erase board here for me. But everything here is something that I did have. Okay. I will say that I did not have the revenue in it because that wasn't important to me. I wanted to make sure as a production unit, I had my production filled out. So I wanted to know how many days my crews installed, how many days my Comfort Consultants are sold. All right. Hope that helps. If you got any questions, just holler at me.